Okay. So the link, this is the soft link here. The way you would see is the soft link is in color shape, okay? The soft link is deleted. Okay. So let me go to, let me just remove this file here because let me work with, okay, I'm going to go back to my original place and I do ls, then I do ls-l, and I have file 1 here, cat file 1, and I have some data in it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make hard link. So to make a hard link, there is no hyphen s. Hyphen s is for soft link. I'm going to make hard link, and then I'm going to make the hard link for file 1, and then I'm going to make a hard link in the folder Atlanta Alpharetta. And then I hit enter. So if I do ls Atlanta Alpharetta, the file is in there. Okay? So if I do ls-l here, you see this is a file 1 here. So if you do stat file 1, it tells you there are 2 links here. And this is the inode. But to find the link file here, you just use the find command here. We already used that. You already used the find command. You use the find command -num to find the file using the inode, because this is a precise way to find the exact file with its links also. Okay, so because hard link and soft link, hard link, any hard link has the same inode number. So let me go into this folder here, cd, and I do ls, the file is there, I do ls-l, the file is there. So the file, if the hard link is there, it's not going to tell you if the file is hard linked. What you could do is stat file 1, and you notice the inode number for this file and this file is the same here, and it got 2 links. So I'm going to go back to the original place, and I do ls-l, the file is still there. I'm going to remove the file 1. Okay, I'm going to remove file 1, I'm going to confirm yes. And then if I go back to the previous folder where the link was there, I do ls, the file is still there. This is the original file. So if I do a cat file 1, all the data should be there. So this is the good thing about hard link is that it has the duplicate, and you could use this as a backup here. And if you update one file, all the linked files are updated simultaneously. You could have definitely more than unlimited number of files linked together. Okay, if the hard link is there, then the linked copy is still available, and data will be data will be preserved. Okay, so let's clear this here. Let me go back to my original place, and I do ls, so there is file 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a soft link. Soft link is also known as symbolic link or symlink. Also known as symbolic link or symlink. You will know why all these are important when we're gonna go deep dive and how the operating system is dependent on files and folders. So what I'm gonna do is ln-s and then file2, and then I'm gonna make it in Atlanta, Alpharetta, and then if I hit enter, the soft link is there. So let me go into this folder, Atlanta, Alpharetta, and if I do ls, the link file2 is there, and usually it shows you in color. When you kind of see this in color here, right? That means it's a link here. When you do ls-l, it will actually show you a hyphen and greater than sign that it's linked to this file here. Okay? But if you look at the stat file2, okay, so look at the inode number for this link is different, and it says it's only linked once here. Okay, this is the soft link. Okay, but if you look at the stat here, it says the inode number, if you compare the inode number for this file and this file, is different here. And it's not even telling you it has more than one link. By the way, did I tell you that the file it has one link by itself? That means it's a default. It's a link to itself to begin with, okay? So let me see here. Okay, good. Okay, so I know okay, to check so you do ls-i and the file name. So let me clear this. I do ls-i. It will show you the inode number for each file name. So this is the inode number for this file, and this is the inode number for this file. So you do ls-i and then file2. It shows you the inode number for that. Okay, that's a quick and easy way to see the file number here. So let me go back to the previous directory here. So if I do ls-i and the file, what is it, file2, ls-i. Okay, so this is another way to see the inode number here. So from here, what I could do is, if I do vi file2, so I am able to go into, oh, permission denied. Vi file2. Changing a read-only file. Okay, so I thought you should be able to read and write the file from wherever you are. Cat file2. Okay, you should be able to read it, but if I do vi file2. Okay. Okay, so I am able to read and write the, no, you should be able to read and write the vi file2. Permission denied. Cat file2. Too many levels of symbolic link. Okay, guys, if you get stuck somewhere, don't hesitate to put anything in Google, because everybody at work is putting a lot of stuff if you get stuck in Google. And also your company, if they're using Red Hat, you will have a subscription for Red Hat here. You're not going to be end all and be all at your work here. So if you end up having a problem here, what you would do is, your company would be running about 10,000 servers, and they would definitely, if they're running Red Hat, they would definitely have a subscription with them. Okay, I know my company does. And what you do is you download the report and then send it to them. I'll show you later in the course how to download and all this. Send that, open the trouble ticket with Red Hat, and they will help you with that. Okay. So not everything is working based on your knowledge here, but you have to seek knowledge and then work with your teammates. Now try to use the file through the links cat proper. Okay. So what you do is you put this error message in Google and see what comes up. Too many levels of, how do I find a symbol? Okay, let me try something. Okay, so I'm kind of stuck here. So I thought you should be able to read this here. But anyway, we'll keep this as an open issue. I'll keep this as an open issue and try to get answers for this, okay? Okay, let's move for the directories. Okay, so let me clear this. Or let me make a directory here, mkdir uh, Chicago. Yeah, Chicago. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a soft link for this, ls-s Chicago, and then where I'm making the directory here, I'm making this into /root. Okay, so let me hit enter, and then let me go back, and then I should see ls-l. Oh, then 0 total 8. Can somebody tell me what happened here? I'm not able to create the directory, right? So I did ls here. I should be using ln. So I do ln-s, and then I'm creating a soft link in the folder root here. So let me do ln-i Chicago. No, ls-i Chicago. Okay. This is the inode number for the directory Chicago. Okay. So this is the original place. So let me go and do ls-i here. Okay, ls-il. Okay, so we are looking at this directory here. So the soft links for the directories are different. Okay. Soft link inode. Soft link for inode for directories are different. Same as uh,
Soft link files.
yeah, same as soft link files here. when you do ls here, Chicago is a soft link right now. So if you do a cd Chicago, too many levels of there's some serious problem here. I don't know what's going on. When you do CD, it is supposed to put you into the original directory. Wherever the original directory is, it will actually put you into Atlanta/Alpharetta/Chicago. That's how it's supposed to work here.
I thought when we say CD, that should take you to the root directory. That's what I think you mentioned.
When you do CD and then soft link Chicago, that's how it's going to go in there here. But I don't know why this is creating such a big problem here. So ls has an L, you do CD foo, CD help, CD hyphen P. Okay, let's try that. CD hyphen P, Chicago. Normal computer. Can you go on mute, please? Okay, so okay, yeah, let me try something. Okay, this is also CentOS, right? Okay. You could see the screen now, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to go into folder, then I'm going to create a folder, mkdir, E, Atlanta, Alpharetta. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, Chicago.
Brother Zafar,
Yeah,
I tried to create a soft click on my virtual box, and looks like I can do the changes on my side on the soft link.
you can, right?
Can anybody else confirm that? I think I can do it, but if you want, I can share you my screen and tell me if I'm doing something wrong.
Okay, so this is Chicago is there, the folder. So what I'm doing is I'm making link, soft link, and then I'm going to make Chicago, and then where I'm making is in root. So if I go to root folder, I do ls hyphen il.
Chicago is here in the red.
Okay, so if the link is there in red, that means it's a soft link. Or you could do ls hyphen il. Now it's showing you. Okay, this is a soft link for the folder Chicago here, okay? So if I do cd Chicago, too many levels of symbolic link. But if you do, yeah, go ahead and share your screen.
No, I'm talking about the file level. I'm not talking about the version level. I just create the file.
Okay, hold on. Okay, give me 1 second, you guys. Okay, I'm in as root now. Okay, this one is actually a Red Hat server here. Okay, the one we are using is CentOS. That means there may be some bugs in there that they don't want to fix. So let me do ls here. And now it's an array. Sure. Can you guys see the screen better? I'm trying to zoom in.
It's good, whatever I can see is good.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay, good. Oh, that was too big. So let me do mkdir -p Atlanta. Okay, and then let me go to cd Atlanta. And here's a file name Chicago, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a symlink for that. ln-s Chicago, and then where I'm creating that file /root. I'm creating in this folder here. So if I go to root folder, you do ls-il, you should see the it's linked to the Chicago here. So now if I do cd Chicago,
This is very surprising. I can do on my side. I created a directory. I link it. I CD to them. I can do it on my CentOS.
yeah. Uh, okay, on your system, type hostname CTL and tell me if it's matching. Do who -r. No. Do
I say run level 3.
do cat etc Red Hat release. Do this here.
I have 6.9, the same thing that you see.
Okay.
Yeah. But while it's updating, I can show my screen, might be
Yeah, go ahead and show your screen.
Okay, how to share my screen now? Share.
In the menu, and then you would have like a bucket with
Share contact. I'm working on it, sir. So, can you share my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Yeah. Okay, good.
If you look at this one, I created this directory called testing one,
Okay.
and I linked testing 19 to testing one, and I can go here, cd testing 19. I can go in there, which is a soft link, or I can.
Do you do that?
I'm gonna root. Say for example, I create a Zafar, I create a directory, and I do len soft link to Zafar to Anwar, ls, wait, okay, ls, l, come on.
So if you do CD into Anwar, then it should be you go into CD Zafar.
Yeah,
Then
I am.
PWD. No, go back. Clear the screen. And then over here, create another directory. Okay, now link this directory hyphen S. LN hyphen S.
ls hyphen s.
No, LN.
Go.
And then ABC to /root. Okay, now going to root/root. And then now, yeah, then do ls hyphen il ab. Yeah. Look for ABC. So ABC is going into ABC, right? Yeah, so you can't change ABC.
Yeah, I can see this.
If you do a different name here, it's working, right?
I think it's working only if the link is the same directory.
Okay. That is interesting.
For example, here, if I come here and see the directories, if you see I have a testing 1 and testing 19, they are linked. If you look at this one here,
Yeah, but they are linked with the different names.
okay, I can use the same.
Right. I think the purpose for a link it should be a same name. It's just by creating a link, we are just doing a shortcut.
Yeah.
Same name, okay.
But I'm not sure, but it has to be like the same name, or you can just have any name.
Okay.
Short link.
Let me
I'm not
try
sure about that.
actually giving the name itself when we're giving the link name. Okay. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to go to Atlanta. I'm going to go to Florida. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do LN hyphen S, and then I'm going to go to Chicago, and then I'm going to give root And then I'm going to give the name Chicago 2. It didn't work. Or I think it created in its own directory. Okay, let me try it now. Huh. Okay, this is learning curve for myself too. So the soft link inode is for directories are different. Okay, so let's leave it at that, and let's try to create a hard link. Okay, so I'm going to do ln Chicago, and I'm going to create in root, and I'm going to give it a name Chicago. Okay. So I was just going to show you, but the hard link, you cannot create a hard link for the directory. That's it. It's not allowed. The system doesn't allow the hard link for the directory. Okay. Oh, you could only create soft link. And what was the command? Okay. So I already knew that the hard link for the directories are not allowed, but the soft link is. But also the soft link for the files and directories are allowed. Okay. I just thought of something else here. So maybe yeah. Okay. We'll keep this as a pending issue here. I'm going to try to find out more, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So let's move on. So the next command I'm going to show you is echo. Echo is nothing but it reads it. Is it an echo and hit enter? It is echoing whatever you say to echo. Echo means repeat. Repeat what you have typed. So if you say echo Linux, it's not gonna display anything. The output is gonna be Linux. Okay. So you could do echo. This is a Linux course. So it's not doing that because I mistyped. So what it's going to do is it's going to do this here. But what you could do is you could do this, and you could write this to the file 1. And then if you cat file 1, it writes to the file. This is a Linux course. So we're going to learn more when we're going to do the hardcore scripting. We're going to use echo command a lot. You can redirect to the file. Okay, and then the next one I'm going to show you is it's a device. It's called dev/null. What is dev/null? This is considered a device used for filtering out the error messages. Okay, so and it will not be saved by the system. Not saved in this. It's considered as a device. It's built in. So it's called black hole. So if you don't want to see any errors, but you don't care what the errors are, you could use this. Or matter of fact, you could use this for anything. If you want, you don't want to see it on your display, but you want to away from your screen, you could do this. It's not nothing is saved in here. So there is no data. It's just a black hole. Okay. So let's see. Here I type error message here, right? So error message. I don't want to see the error message. What you could do is you could type this, and you're sending the errors. What is the way to send errors? 2 greater than sign, and you could do dev/null. It's not going to show it on the screen here. Instead of sending it to the file, it's not going to show anything in here. So let's see here. I'm going to do it from the directory, and then I'm going to find inum, and then I'm going to give like a fake number, and then if I hit enter, what happens is I'm going to have like a lot of errors in the screen. So these are like some garbage information that is coming up, and I really don't care about all this here. So we'll see how this is going to respond. Okay, so it found, so there are some errors that are coming up, right? So, but what I could do is 2 greater than, then I could do dev/null. So what it's going to do is it's going to filter out all the errors here and throw it into the dev/null if you don't want to see those things here.
But I have a question. Where is it used, this story is?
See, I was thinking it will show up like 1,000 error messages here. Huh?
It should be thousands because you started from the root directory.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting, but it didn't give me those messages here. So let me try to find the correct one here. Find /-i_num, and then let me do this here. So okay, so in this you may have some error message, right? Okay, these are not the error messages, but let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to replicate here. Okay, let's see here. Troubleshoot, paper application. Okay, so if I do like, let me do this with the regular user Zafar. Okay, I'm gonna find, from root file 1. I'm trying to find the error message and it's not giving. Okay, we got like a bunch of messages here, like permission denied and all this here. Let me see if you could filter out. Okay, good. Here's a good example. So if I run this command, I'm gonna get, I'm getting like the permission denied errors, right? So suppose these are like couple hundred error messages here, right? So you don't want to see any error messages. What you can do is you could see that now here and then you're searching it. So you search through it and you should be comfortable enough that it clears out the error, but at the same time it didn't find the file. So what DevNull is doing is it's just not displaying you the error messages here. If you use 2 greater than sign, it's filtering out the error messages and then throwing it into the black hole. You don't really care about error messages. So that's what this is only good for. Okay, but when you're doing a hardcore scripting, you will know how this is being used.
Jazakallah, thank you.
Okay, so this is good information here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's start on working on directory structure. So that marks the end of the basic commands here, but those are not all the commands we will ever use. There's going to be hundreds of commands, but these are the ones that you need to know and get started off with. So let's see here. So I'm going to go over each of these directories here. I'm going to put it straight. So first off, there is a directory, very top directory here is called root. Okay, just a slash. So what is this?
Default location for the operating system or Linux operating system.
Exactly. So this is where the operating system is starting. There is nothing that starts before this. This is a slash. This is the starting point of the operating system. Okay, this is root directory, and it contains all the other system directories. So you could consider this as a starting point. Okay? Starting point. Okay, so let's do ls-l. And then after that, there is a directory called bin. So /bin. So what is this directory? It has all the binary user commands. It has all the binary. Okay, so let's go into cd bin. Okay, you see all the commands in here. We did ls. There are other commands I didn't talk about because it's not the right time yet. So there is vi here. Okay, and a lin. This is, if you blow this directory up, then it's not gonna, that command is not gonna work.
So can we say that all the commands that Linux has is residing in this directory then?
Exactly. So there is a command called, okay, copy. Here's the copy command we use. We use cut command, we use date command. Okay, don't worry about the ones I'm not showing now. Here's the echo command. Okay, here's the winzip, gunzip, okay, grep, and what else, make directory, okay, and all these move, sync. These are all the other commands that we're going to go in there. So it has all the binary user commands. Okay? Good.
So am I right to say that any user, no matter what level of access he or she has, any command they use, they come to the root or the default /root and then go to this directory to run any command?
It's running, it's executing from this.
Got it.
Okay, so you do which ls is running from /bin. This is where it's running from. So which ln is running from the /bin directory. I talk about the which command, right? I should have talked about.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so I did. Okay, good. This is where all the commands are sitting in the bin directory. Okay, good. Now,
why do we call it a user command? Why is it? Can we say the system commands or the user command means the user that uses? I want to differentiate between the user and the system.
Users means all users.
All the users. Okay, makes sense.
Okay, and then what is the next directory here? Is boot, right?
Boot.
Yeah. So /boot. So what does it contain? It contains system bootable file. So when the file is booting from the system, so these are the files, these are essential files that the system needs here. If you blow this up, the system will not even turn on. It will give you a lot of error messages and all that, it will go down. If you remove this directory, the system is in serious condition. Okay? So it has all the bootable files in there.
So if you want to have a root access, you can delete this directory also, or do you need some special permission to delete this directory?
Root, I told you root could do lot of crazy things here. That's your
lot of damage.
Let me know. Let me try to bring that system down by deleting boot file and boot folder and see what happens. I know I did it once. I don't remember what it does, but we could do it. And it says, yeah, sure. Now the next directory is /dev. So it contains all the device information. Okay, so let's clear this and cd dev. So it has a lot of information, but for now, just see here the devices. What are the devices in here? Okay. So devices, you would have like a physical and soft devices in here. Okay, you could have like a CD-ROM listed in here, memory is listed in here, CPU is the device that's listed in here, physical disk, the hard drive, they are listed in here, okay? And then let's see, the one we just used, dev null, should be in here. You see now, no, right here, LMN, right here. This is where the dev null is. It's considered as a device. This is like a network devices. Devices in the sense physical and soft devices. Now right now we will understand more here, but just leave it, we'll leave this very side right now. So let's move forward. Okay. So the next directory is etc. So etc contains all the configuration files. Okay, in short, when you're working with people, you say etc, ETSY. If you're asking your coworker where is this file located, he would say go into etc. You mean etc. He means etc folder. So it has all the configuration files there. These are configuration files dependent on each other here. So one of the configuration files we went in here was init. You remember init, we changed the run level earlier in the class? It should be in here. Init tag. This is a configuration. You're changing the configuration, so it goes and sits into the etc folder. Okay. Okay, the next directory is home /home. This is a home directory. So home directory for non-root users. So if I go in here, if I do pwd, this is my landing directory. When I log in for the first time, okay, when the root login for the first time, he is thrown into the folder name /root. This is the home directory for the /root, and for the regular user, the home directory is the landing directory is /home/ then the name of the user. If I have a user here, Anwar, his home directory will be /home/Anwar. Okay, that makes sense, right? Okay, this is a home directory for the regular user. Okay, good. So the next one is after home, you have lib. Okay, lib and lib 64. Okay, lib and lib 64. Lib So what does the lib contains? It contains system library files.
So now what's the difference here between lib library files and the binary files?
So the library files are so right now it doesn't have too much thing here. So if you install some kind of application, what it's going to do is it's going to install some files. At the same time, it's going to use the built-in files in here. So these are actually the shared files. It contains a library file shared by application. So if we would have like more than one or two or three applications, there will be some system files that need to be shared among the applications here. How do I put it down? So, for example, if you're using, you have two browsers, right? There is one browser here, Firefox, and then I have another browser which is Chrome. So what it does is, if I want to go on to the internet, it's using the Ethernet card, right? And it has Ethernet card is hardware as well as software functionality. If the software of the Ethernet card is not there, it's not going to work. So there are some shared files in this library here that any other application who need to share those will be using it from here. So let's just keep it as a shared by application. Okay, just leave this as simple. It's a lib and lib64. If it's a 64-bit application, then this is where it's being used. Okay, and let's see here. Okay, there is a folder called Lost and Found. I don't know much about that one. So usually this folder is not being used. Usually it's like
It's just like a
recycle bin. I mean, once you delete something in Linux is all gone, it doesn't go into recycle bin. Okay, so / lost and found unused. Okay. Okay, and /media. We use this either. Yeah, this is not being used either. Okay. Okay, this file is not used. This is not used either. So this is not used either. Okay, and this is, let's see what the MNT is for. Okay, it's empty file, usually empty. but used for mounting CD drives, hard drives, etc. Okay, we'll see what I mean here when we go little bit more deeper, when we're going to learn furthermore, maybe like 2 months from now. You will know why that is available for us. Okay, it's a quick and easy way. A folder is available for us to work with. Okay, that's all it is. There's nothing more to it.
Just from my learning, brother Zafar. If I connect the USB drive, that's the folder where you go and do the.
Yep, you will mount. That's where you're gonna mount it there. You don't have to, but it's kind of available for you. Okay.
So Linux, I never use Linux. So if you plug in any USB drive or micro card, something, it will automatically get mounted, and you have to go manually mount it.
Linux never automatically mounts anything. No.
Okay, learning.
Yep, very good. So, is one part of Linux is like you have to actually give it a command for it to be able to be available here. Unlike Windows, when you plug in something, it will automatically try to do something and then start running it. What if there is a virus in it, you know? So you have to be absolutely sure that root is able to mount. Not everybody is able to mount.
Exactly, thank you.
Okay, so this is not used either.
Do we need to memorize all these names also, or just know the functionality?
Just know the functionality, not necessarily, but somebody will quiz you what kind of file is going to be in etc. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it here, you know, double asterisk here. So it's going to be, it could be in there. And this could be an interview question too.
Can you repeat it actually one more time, because it became more important now?
Yeah. It keeps the configuration file. That folder holds the list of all the configuration files are sitting in here.
So when you're talking about configuration, what does the configuration mean now?
So we changed the configuration, right? When the system was booting up, it was booting into the GUI mode, right?
Right.
So when we go here,
I remember we changed the BIOS, we pressed the space bar and
yeah.
we changed the level. I remember that part.
No, not here.
It should be in the.
We went and changed that file here, right? So we edited vi etc file.
Right.
So this is just one example here. So we went in there and then down on the bottom here, it was by default, it was 5, so we changed it to 3. So what we are doing is we're changing the configuration. So all the configuration is going to go into the etc folder. So you'll know, I mean, this is just one silly example, but there are many configurations you need to be changing day in and day out, and you will go into the etc folder.
Jazakallah.
Okay. OPT. Okay, so CD OPT. So what it does is, it contains the, OPT contains, if you install any third-party application, some of the files are installed in here. So it contains third-party software files. For example, if you install Oracle, database, it's gonna install in this folder here. You could compare this with you go into Windows, and in C drive it install all these files and program files, right? This is where all the files is. I have Oracle here, MySQL, PuTTY, Defender, Microsoft Office, Internet files, all these applications you're installing, it goes in and sits in here. So let's see where is VirtualBox. Maybe it's in 64-bit. So, okay, this is where VMware, and where is VirtualBox? Oh, I think VirtualBox is listed under Oracle here. So it's an Oracle product. So so you could compare this with a program file in here. So it contains the third-party software file.
We have one more. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Thank you, brother. So it's just like if we install any like DVA or like any monitoring tools, so it just goes in OPT by default, or we have to direct it?
By default, it goes in
install by default. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I don't really suggest you to change the directories, especially in Linux, because you're gonna get in big trouble later on. But you could definitely, I would highly encourage you to play around and do whatever you want to do.
We study one more directory. Please. Go ahead.
No, brother, you go ahead this time. Thank you. I'm done with my question.
No, I was wondering, we did one, we also did some directory, the way the shared items goes, how that is different than this OPT drive.
If you want to share some files among the team members, you just create another file and share it. We'll go into, that's a very good question, but you will know the answer in about 3 months from now. How those things are, because that's a part of our administration, system administration. So here, there is no Firefox, right? So I'm going to install Firefox. Don't worry about this command here. Okay. Before that, we go into CD OPT. So barely there are any files in here, okay? So let me install EM, install Firefox. Oh, okay.
He's asking for the root.
Okay. LSL. Oh. Hmm. Let me just restart the system. Okay. That was a bad example. Okay. But believe me, guys, I don't know why Firefox is not installed, but maybe Firefox is already built in. Uh, See, Firefox may be built-in item here because it's installing. It's actually a part of an open software system because Firefox is like there are some developers who is developing this openly here. But I will show you this example later on. So let's move on this here. Let me finish this before the class today. So where we are at the OPT, right? Okay, this is but at least the major software you're going to install is going to go in there. And then the next one is the PROTech. So this one it contains all the memory information, okay? It contains active, so dd/proc. So right now, all these things are running in the memory right now. All these processes. We'll go over this much deeper when we do all these things later on. Okay, but at the moment for this class, at the moment, just remember this contains all the memory information, which is active.
But the name mentions that it could be a process, PROC.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be that. Okay, and root, did I talk about root already? So the root is a root directory. It contains system root user home directory. system root user directory. So you all know by now root is a super admin, right? So that's what it contains. Okay, and then /sbin. Okay, this folder contains the root user commands. So cd /sbin. So the command which is being used by the root user, it is sitting in here. Okay. For example, reboot. You have to be the root user to run that. mkswap. We're gonna go through all these here. mkfs. All these are root user commands. ldm, mdm, ip tables. Which one is the root command here? Ether, defrost. Yeah. But there are hundreds of root user commands that if you are logged in as a regular user, you won't be able to run.
So the bean commands are different than the sbean commands.
Yes. And
So
this
these are
command you
only
need elevated access.
say again.
You need an elevated access here. I mean, there is a root user and also there is a regular user, and also you could make a regular user a little bit not as much as root access, but you could give the extra access that he may be able to use a little bit extra commands here. Okay, I'll show that when we learn later on.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this contains SC-Linux contains security policy related file. So these are some of the files you could manipulate to control the access here. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. But yeah, we'll talk about the SC-Linux. Okay, and then what is the other command? I'll finish this in another 2 minutes here. Okay, so the next one is srv. So this file is used only as needed during system protocol use. So we are using the protocol, right? You heard about FTP, HTTPD, SFTP. These are all the protocols here. So I will explain you later on because right now if I talk about this, you won't get it. Okay? And then /sys. Okay, what does /sys do? I don't even know that. What is /sys doing? Actually, I will get back on this, what /sys is doing, so I'm not using that all the time. Okay, temp folder is the temporary folder is like a open folder where it's used for folder temporary files. If you're like using the temporary folders, you could put some files in there, and it can be accessed by any user. Any user could go into that folder and write in that folder. Okay, they could write in it, but sometimes if there are files being used by root, they may not be able to read it. So I will explain you a little bit more when we go a little bit deeper here, okay? Okay, next folder is USR. So it contains a backup of some of the system files and folders containing optional command. So let's see USR. So it keeps a backup of some of the commands in here. So if you have accidentally deleted some command, you could go in there and then retrieve it from there. And then,
How do you remember this one? Because it's a name page user.
So,
for me, when I was looking, it looks like all the users might have their account here or something.
I know. I'm in the same boat. But I usually don't come across this all the time here. I'm not worried. Because what happens is, if the system gets corrupted, there is, in the real world scenario, there is so much troubleshooting you do. After that, you just reinstall the operating system from the scratch. Okay, so this contains system logs and logs generated by install software. So you go into CD1. So this has a lot of logs in it, log files in it. These are like the log files. If you have a specific system in here, you would go in there. So most of the time you will be dealing with go in this folder, CD space log, and then you do ls, and you have all these files in here. So these are like the error messages you're going in there. But this is the file you go in there most of the time. It's recording any file that is happening, any changes that is happening, or any error message that is happening. It's recorded in this file here, system var log messages. So it has all the things or activity of the error messages is going in there. Okay. So I'm going to end this here. Tomorrow we're going to work on configuring the Ethernet adapter officially. We did configure it a little bit, but that was unofficial. But I'll show you officially how you would actually do it. Okay. All right. Any questions? Put it on the chat, and then we'll go from there. All right. Allah Hafiz.